Westline Productions, in conjunction with the Virgin Islands Port Authority and the Virgin Islands Department of Tourism, present Dreamfest 2020, the rerun. I have a dream. Unfortunately, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we're unable to host Dreamfest 2021, but we just had to give you something. So on January 18th at 7 p.m., click on the link provided by the Westline fan page and experience the entire Dreamfest 2020 concert one more time. Check out unforgettable performances by Taurus Riley. Run it. Pressure. And much more. This event is absolutely free. So on January 18th at 7 p.m., click the link on the Westline fan page and experience Dreamfest 2020, the rerun. Brought to you by the Virgin Islands Department of Tourism, the Virgin Islands Port Authority, and Westline Productions. Westline Productions, in conjunction with the Virgin Islands Port Authority and the Virgin Islands Department of Tourism, present Dreamfest 2020, the rerun. I have a dream. Unfortunately, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we're unable to host Dreamfest 2021, but we just had to give you something. So on January 18th at 7 p.m., click on the link provided by the Westline fan page and experience the entire Dreamfest 2020 concert one more time. Check out unforgettable performances by Taurus Riley. Run it. Pressure. And much more. This event is absolutely free. So on January 18th at 7 p.m., click the link on the Westline fan page and experience Dreamfest 2020, the rerun. Brought to you by the Virgin Islands Department of Tourism, the Virgin Islands Port Authority, and Westline Productions.
I live in a
to sing out with an hygiene song, to introspect from humane reasons. Yeah. After all is said and all is done, same I one, same world reaction to hate and to love, same I one. Let them see it when the lion and they fly up in a dove, seeking balance. See my yawana, yawana.
That's a natural mystic in the earth, that's what they really don't know. Spiritual uprising in the people with a burning glow. Confidence in the victory over evil in this time of Gideon. It's a cold world, but the old world of a witness of redemption.
After all is said and all is done, same I one, same world reaction to hate and to love, same I one. Let them see it when the lion and they fly up in a dove, seeking balance. Same I one. This is a highly salutation to all the world nation. Feel the fear overstand, seem on the brink of devastation. World need redemption, a sound medication. Bring more balance, stance, and rest in all the lands. Before nuclear pretense was nuclear aspiration. The root of the thought as a method of deterrence, but with adverse results that it encourage all the strong. And the positive and the negative and the neutral march along. And the one thread of humanity ran through everyone. World needs some conscience to be fair to woman. Just watch your family and regard them as one. See my one. See my one. See my one.
Oppressing the poor, we can't take it no more. I am sure that unity will bring us back to the core like before, when we were one, like the sea and the shore. What is yours is not for me, I got my own to adore? Where's the love in the tone? Where's the joy in the frown? You're a king, where's the crown? Every word carries on.
You want to see the world, watch our nation bless. Little boy yourself, what diplomacy says about safety, about the gymnast in a symmetrical set. Let's encourage who's been working on their identity. Like a drop in on the flow of the ocean sway. Stay yes, one. Seeking balance, see my one.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the JMO Talk Show with yours truly, Ross Sills, right here each and every Friday night. We here tonight. Tonight we have a great show in store for y'all. Tonight we have the U.S. Virgin Islands Democratic chairperson. We have Mr. Glen Smith. He's going to be joining us live via Zoom. So make sure y'all share the live. Tell a friend. All my Democrats back home, even if you live in the United States, tune in, man. We got a lot to talk about. Let's see what the Democrats in the Virgin Islands have in store for this upcoming legislature. This is the 34th legislature. We have a Democratic governor in the Virgin Islands. So let's see if we can get things done, okay? So we're going to be talking to Mr. Glen Smith in a few minutes. He's going to be joining us. But before we get started, man, I want to give a shout out to my good friend Zano. Kelvin Williams, Paradise Eats USVI, man. If you're in the Virgin Islands, check him out. Make sure you hit him up, man. Tell him Mr. Ross Sills of the JMO Talk Show sent you, man. Paradise Eats is located right across from Windward Passage, all right? So make sure you're, if you got time, if you're visiting the Virgin Islands, make sure you check out Kelvin Williams, Paradise Eats USVI. Zano, big up yourself, man. Good to see you, man. Special shout out to everybody on Facebook Live. I see y'all. EFAT, thank you for tuning in. JO Entertainment, thank you for tuning in, man. Make sure y'all share the live. Tell a friend, we here. All right? Cool. Also, I want to give a shout out to my home team, the Atlanta Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons just we just got our head coach for the next season. So big shout out to the Atlanta Falcons. If you're a Falcons fan, have hope. Have hope. We're gonna have hope. We're gonna get this thing here right. Hopefully, we're gonna draft a new young quarterback. Hopefully, that's what I'm saying. Hopefully. So I'm just representing my home team, Falcons, man. I have faith. I'm a diehard fan. I know things haven't been looking good ever since the Super Bowl meltdown. But however, we're gonna be back. We're gonna be back. In short, we're gonna be back hopefully next year, and give us about 2 more years. Next year, about 2023, we should get it together. All right, cool. All right, so if you have any questions for Mr. Glen Smith, make sure you could hit me up on the Facebook, the Zoom chat, on the Facebook Live. If you have any questions for Mr. Glen Smith, just let us know, and we're gonna get this thing going. All right. Again, tell a friend. We're here tonight. It's all about Mr. Glen Smith. He's the Democratic U.S. Virgin Islands chair. And he's in the building tonight. All right. Good evening, Mr. Glen Smith. How you doing?
Hey, pleasant good evening to you and your listening audience, my brother. Thank you for the invitation.
No problem, man. Appreciate you, man. It's been a long time coming. I know we've been trying to get this date, a good date set up, and it's so funny that I told him, I said, you know what, this is the right date, right after the swearing in for the 34th legislature. So let's get him on the air. Let's see what the Democrats have in store for the Virgin Islands for this year and beyond. I see that they have the majority again, but we have some stuff that we want to ask Mr. Glen Smith on what's going on internally in the Virgin Islands Democratic system. All right, Democratic Party. Sorry. So, Mr. Glen Smith, tell us a little bit about yourself. I see that you was former Deputy Commissioner for the Department of Labor, and also you was also the union leader for the local chapter. Let me see what the chapter is. I'm sorry.
1825.
1825, AFT, local 1825. So tell us a little bit about yourself, what you got going on right now, what you're currently holding in the Virgin Islands. What's your current status right now?
First of all, I want to thank you very much for the invitation to appear on your show. You show is very popular in the territory. I've heard your name bandied about a number of times, and I said one day I get lucky enough to appear on the show, and tonight is my lucky night. So I want to thank you. I've been around for a while. I started out as an educator at Alita Conklin Junior High School. I taught 7th grade and 8th grade at that school, and I became active in the union. So I started off as the building rep and moved my way up to become the president. I served 10 consecutive terms as the president of the AFT. I ran for the legislature. I didn't do very well, and so I switched careers. I went to the Department of Labor as the director of labor relations, and subsequently became a deputy commissioner, and I retired. And I ran for a number of positions within the party, national committeeman. I was the vice chair, and now I'm the state chair. And it's an awesome task, trying to corral Democrats to work together to build an effective team is, in fact, a job that I'm pleased to do. I would not be honest if I didn't tell you there are a number of challenges. As a state chair, every day I learn something new. So it's a difficult task at times because our party has been somewhat disheveled at times, but nonetheless, we are proud of our accomplishments as a party over the decades. We certainly want to take responsibility for creating the middle class in the Virgin Islands, moving people out of the old neighborhoods into the Tutu areas and creating, like I said, a middle class for the people of the Virgin Islands. We are responsible for bringing tourism as our major industry to these islands. As you know, the Virgin Islands is, in fact, still the #1 tourist destination in the Caribbean. And so we are proud of our accomplishments, but the job is not done, because in politics, it's what you have done for me lately. Not what you did for me yesterday or yesteryear.
What you have done lately. So, okay, let's go back to what you said, that you're currently the chairman of the Democratic Party.
State chair.
And the previous position that you held previously was, what was that?
I was, in fact, the vice state chair.
Vice state chair.
The vice state chair is elected by the members of the territorial committee. The state chair is elected during our primary, wherein all registered Democrats who show up to the polls can vote for the state chair.
Okay, so you have to go to the polls and make your selection for the state chair.
Yes, you have to campaign territorial wide for the state chair position.
Okay. So are these positions comes with a salary, or are they volunteer? What's the perks with these positions?
Well, I'm glad to answer that question. Within the bylaw of the organization, there's a provision that states that the state chair will be paid, but the state chair has never received any salary. So in essence, all of the positions within the leadership of the Democratic Party are in fact volunteers.
Okay, understood. Well, that's good that you're giving back to the community. I mean, not really looking for any type of salary. That's good. That's what it should be all about, by the way. So let's get into it right now. Some of the questions that I want to ask you. What made you got into politics? I know that you hold a commissioner position, and you also was the local AFT union leader. But what made you actually get into being the state chair of the Democrat? That's something big. To me, it's like you're moving up the ladder, but you are the state chair. So basically, whenever I'm looking at your position as you're the person that's going to be on TV when they're giving the delegates to the president, vice president. Is that correct?
And that is correct. The state chair is the leader and the individual who places the Virgin Islands Democratic Party votes on the floor, and those votes are usually cast to nominate the next president of the United States at the National Party Convention.
Got you. So what made you get into that to become the
Well,
state chair?
there's a thin line between union politics and party politics. So it was very easy after I didn't run for re-election as the AFT president to move into politics. In fact, I did serve 2 terms as the district chair for St. Thomas before I became the national committeeman and the vice chair of the Virgin Islands Democratic Party. So it was an easy transition for me to do. It's a challenge that I enjoyed because I recognize that politics is in our daily lives. Some of us say, oh, I don't want to be involved in politics, but politicians make some very important decisions relative to the lives of its citizens. Politicians decide where the graveyards are going to be. Politician decides how the monies are going to be spent. And so politicians hold in their hands the ability to improve the quality of life for all its citizens. And so I moved from a labor leader to serve the Democratic Party.
Understood. So you said that it was an easy challenge. Would you say the transitioning over to politics and making politics your full-time job, was it easy? Was it challenging? What was the challenging part of your whole career, I should say?
Well, there's so many challenges if you're going to get involved in politics. If you're going to first talk about being the president of the AFT, that was challenging because during my tenure, the AFT, in fact, conducted the most strikes against the VI government. Back in those days, we had a policy of no contract, no work. So when the contract expired, and if we didn't get a new contract, then the option was to strike to secure a new contract. So we led one of the longest strikes. I think that strike lasted for something like close to 12 weeks.
What year was that? What year was that?
I think that was back in the 80s. I don't recall the specific year, but Sarah King was the governor then, and lots of teachers went to jail because they were on strike, and the government sent a lot of us to jail. We were fined 2 days, paid for every day we were out. Strange enough, our attorney at the time was Alexander Farley, and he was the one who won the case for us, and we got some of our monies back after the strike. But
and he became the governor. He became governor of Virgin Islands.
Yes, in fact. And he became governor with the teacher's support, by the way. Because we recognize that Alexander Farley was truly a gentleman and a scholar. He, in fact, in my opinion, was one of the best governors we've ever had in this territory.
Wow.
And he truly understood the role of the labor unions. Because in fact, he was a labor lawyer before he became governor.
A lot of people would, that question, that statement that you just made about Alexander Farley was in your part, the best governor of the Virgin Islands. But talking to a lot of elders and people that was around when Cyril E. King was around, I was told that he was the best governor of the Virgin Islands. But like you said, that it was during his tenure when the teachers strike and was put in jail and so forth. So
Sarah King, you can say Sarah King was the second best governor. if you like. But my position relative to the best will remain Alexander Farley.
I got you. I got you.
And he was a Democrat.
Yeah, Democrat.
He was a Democrat.
Yeah, got you.
Sarah King was in charge of the ICM, as you all know. And the ICM historically were known as dissident Democrats. Because Sarah King at one time was a Democrat, and he became somewhat frustrated with certain aspects of the Democratic Party, so he formed the ICM party.
Interesting. So we just had the swearing in for the 34th legislature on Monday. We had some new faces, both for the St. Thomas district and the St. Croix district. What is your expectations for this legislature moving forward?
Well, before
as the Democratic chair.
Before we talk about moving forward, let me speak about some of the optics. Very much to our chagrin and our extreme disappointment, we lost one of our 10 Democrats. We elected 10 Democrats. Senator Jevon James decided a few hours literally before the swearing in, and he was going to bolt and he was going to become independent. That really hit the leadership very hard. We wasn't expecting that. We had 10 and we thought we were moving full speed ahead with a majority of 10 Democrats. But we wish him well. We're displeased with his decision. We hold no malice. As an individual, he had the right to make whatever decision he felt was in his personal best interest. And so, we move forward. So we have a situation where the majority of 9 decided to bring in 2 independents, Samuel Caron, I believe, Samuel Currian, and other person is independent, better known as Janelle Sarro.
Yes.
So we aren't happy campers about that, but at the end of the day, our Democrats have the right, if they so choose, to bring in independence into the Congress. It is done in other jurisdictions. Some of us will question why those 2, why Sarro. Sarro is, is an independent. She's been independent for a very long time, and to the best of my knowledge, she has hinted, suggested, made statements that she's going to join the party. But at the end of the day, it's only been creed and not deed. And in her position as an independent in the last caucus, there were times when she went toe-to-toe with the governor. Some of the attacks against the governor we felt were ill-advised as a member of a Democratic majority. And so we will keep hope alive at this time. That will not happen.
So my question to you, my other question to you, and I didn't mean to interrupt you, was, let's go back to the Senator James situation. Obviously, it caught y'all shocked. I guess y'all didn't know
surprised.
anything. Yeah, it was surprised. I was surprised. I guess a lot of people were surprised as well. But let's go back to that situation in hand. Did you like how we dealt with it, as far as bringing it to the public rather than having us sit down and talk to y'all and let y'all know at least what his plans is and the reason why that he decided to leave the party? Would you rather that, or you just okay with him just going to the public and letting the public know, hey, I'm switching and I don't like what's going on, and this is the reason why I'm switching, blah, blah, blah. So were you okay with what he did?
The answer to the question is a resounding no. We were not okay with his decision. Let's look at the optics. He ran as a Democrat. He has been a lifelong Democrat. He was a protege of Senator Nova Francis. And we expected great things from him. He's one of our youngest senators serving in the legislature. And I had cultivated a relationship with him. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that he wasn't disgruntled over a couple of issues. I'm not going to go public with those issues because no good can come out of it as far as I'm concerned. We wish him well. We question his decision. Here you have at the national level, we have a Democratic House, Democratic Senate, with Kamala Harris going to break every tie. And we have Joe Biden as our next president, all Democrats.
But
in the Virgin Islands, we have a Democratic governor, we have a Democratic delegate to Congress, and a Democratic legislature. So he was sitting in a very lucrative position.
But here's the thing, Glenn. Now everything that you just said, if I was Mr. Javon James, I would have said, well, look, I don't have nothing to lose. I have a Democratic governor, Democratic elect president, vice president. I hold a majority. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a good position. But he chose to leave the party because he said that he did not like the politics, the petty politics, the politics that is going on within. So obviously he have a problem with, I guess, the people that is part of this Democratic Party in the Virgin Islands. So my next question to you is, again, what's your expectation, or what are you looking for this legislature, 34th legislature, and also the governor moving forward? Like,
well, let's go back just a little with Senator James, because you made an excellent point when you said whether or not he consulted with us, he did not. I'm convinced, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that if he had picked up the phone and called the state chair, said, look, I'm having a problem, I'm thinking about leaving, I would have been able to convince him to stay. That's my position. I will hold that position.
But that's not fixing the problem.
Ever and a day. Hold on. I said to you, if he had consulted with the state chair, I believe that I could have convinced him to stay. Okay? That's what I believe. But let's move forward. You asked what do we expect? We expect to have the leadership of the party, because we have a party platform. And the governor has his initiatives he wants to get through the legislature. And the legislature also is a separate branch of government. They also have some initiatives, some laws that they want to execute. We believe strongly that if those three parts can work together in unison, we can accomplish great things for the people of the Virgin Islands. The governor has put forward a bill to put some assets into the GRS. We believe that the parties get together, that initiative can be resolved and a bill passed and signed by the governor. The governor also wants to deal with another issue, and that is a bill to merge fire and the EMT. We believe that's good for the people of this territory. So those are two top issues that I think both branches want to solve. We know we have an issue with schools. We know the hospitals have to be reconstructed. So these issues will benefit long-term the people of the Virgin Islands. We're dealing with COVID now, but we're going to turn the corner on COVID once Joe Biden becomes president. So as we look into the future, we see great things ahead.
Well, I can't question that as well, because, you know, with all the stuff that has been going on within the last 4 years here in the United States, I'm happy that we have a new president and vice president, Biden and Kamala Harris. So I'm hoping for good things to happen. Of course, it's going to be a little uneasy. We know that. Things don't happen overnight. But understand this, Glenn, that whatever happened up here in the United States is a trickle down effect that happens in the Virgin Islands. So I'm just saying, just being obvious, just stating the obvious. So my next question is, as you hope that okay, let me go back. The Democrats had 9, a majority of 9. That's still a 9-6 majority. 9-6 majority meaning that they have 9 yeas, 6 no's, right? Meaning that they could have still get bills passed with a 9-6 vote, but they choose to go and get 2 independent senators on the majority. My next question to you is, do you think that is that a sign or some kind of way that people in the Democratic Party in the Senate are planning or plotting to take over the governor house? And the reason why I ask you that is because if you have a 9-6, if you have 9 Democrats and 6 minorities, why would they push to get 2 2 independent senators on the majority?
Well, you're asking some very telling questions, sir. But let me point out to you that it is not unusual for a Democratic majority to go across the aisle and get individuals of the opposition to join the caucus. It's not unusual, it happens. Some Democrats are concerned about that decision, but I pointed out to you earlier, that decision is vested in the body itself. There are many Democrats who would have preferred if they had consulted with the party before they choose those 2 individuals.
I heard that it was less than 24 hours when they made that decision.
They, I don't know if
Senator James, he came to the public, I think that Friday or Saturday, and the swearing in was Monday, what just went. So that within that window, something had to be done by at least Sunday. So by Monday, they would have had everything in place at the swearing in. So I'm just saying that all of this transition that happened last week, but a week ago, I think it was in the making from prior. When I say prior, maybe from the 33rd legislature. Senator James, he set up himself, meaning that his mind was probably already made up from the 33rd legislature that he's not moving forward with the Democrats. However, he cannot make that change in an election process.
Hold your horses,
that's just my opinion, though. That's just my opinion.
Well, I respect your opinion, but you're making a lot of assumptions there.
Okay.
Now, some of your assumptions might be correct. But
let's go back to what I was saying now. So my question again is, I'm still trying to find out why did the majority of the Democrats who had the majority number 9, all it takes is 9-6 to pass a bill or have anything passed in the legislature. What was the purpose of them going to get 2 independent senators? Again, like I said, obviously, I'm trying to pick your mind. I know that you
trying to pick my man. Look at you, bobbing and weaving here with me. Serious if you want to have a boxer match with me here.
No man.
But it's okay. It's okay. The same politics.
I'm not trying to figure out why. So
all is fair in love and war, Russell. Yeah. And sometimes politics can be a chess game, as you all know. But there's no secret, Russell, Mr. Sills, that there's a Democrat in the legislature who always believes that he has a right to look out for Senator Janelle Sarro. Now, if it should be told, there was a strong rumor going around that Saro was going to change her party registration and come on over and join the Democratic Party. So then she would have been an official Democrat and a member of the majority as a Democrat. But she did not. She punted because she was able to get support from enough Democrats to bring her into the caucus. So there's a question, if you can get in without changing your registration, why should you change your registration?
Right.
Now,
Right.
there's some other optics going on here. So whether or not the governor will get a challenge from within his own party, perhaps some individuals serving in the legislature.
I don't think that individual going to run as a Democrat. That is
So
my,
you are willing to bet your ranch, your house, the TV, everything on that statement you just made.
I think this is just my opinion. I think that individual is planning to run as an independent.
So with all this political speculation, and right now it's all speculation, but some of the speculation is based on some of the optics that we've been watching over the past several years.
Yeah.
So your assumption could be right. But I would say to that person, perhaps if your intent is to do that, that is leave the party and run as an independent, then I would ask that person, why not leave now? What is your
strategy?
Well, remember, we can't tell this individual what strategy to use. All I'm saying to you is a house divided by itself sometimes have issues addressing some of the most important and salient issues. So at some point in time, you're gonna have to decide you're in or you're out.
Right. And
you can't have your foot.
Their decision
Mr. Russell,
huh?
Mr. Sales, you can't have your foot in both camps.
I understand that. But their strategy could be that I'm going to continue soft to the people, let the people know that I'm getting things done in the legislature. So when they decide to make the move, they could have things in place that, well, I got this done, I got this done, I got this done. The question could be, well, why did you choose independent? Maybe just to give him more time instead of running after the governor head to head in the primary. Maybe it will give him a little bit more time, him or her, a little bit more time as an independent to run in the general.
That's a double-edged sword. That's a double-edged sword. There are people within the party. You could say, well, wait a minute. You use the party, and now you want to jump off as an independent and punish the person for doing that. So that can go both ways.
It can go both ways. It can go both ways. It can go both ways.
Yes, it can.
But we'll see. We'll see exactly what him or her decision going to be. But I'm looking for they're definitely going to make a move this year.
Malcolm X started saying, time will tell.
Time will tell. They're going to make a move this time, this year. So my next question is, okay, so you told us earlier in the show that Alexander Fowley was one of your best governor of the Virgin Islands, he was a Democrat. Tell me some other Democrats that you look up to, that you hold high regards to Democrats in the Virgin Islands.
Well, we've had persons like, you know the names, Johnny Maduro, Earl B. Hartley. These are Democrats who were in the trenches back in the day, working hard on behalf of the people. So those are individuals' names I like to call. Also in St. Croix, we had Randall Doc James. You know, Doc James was a doctor. He was an avid horse person. And he was an individual who you could meet any place, anytime, and talk to. okay? Skinny Harris, okay? We have a lot of places named after prominent Democrats in this territory, okay? We have people like Elmo D. Robach in his heyday.
Any
Excuse me?
millennials Democrat that you look up to, have high regards to?
The millenniums are on the cusp of bringing changes. And so we have to wait a few more days to see how they develop. But certainly we have individuals who were there. Jevon James was one of them who we were counting on to move up. But we have people moving up the ladder to serve this party. We had Stedman Hodge. He lost his term, but Stedman will be back. Okay, so let's give these young people a chance. Politics isn't easy. You know, politics
It's not.
it's not as easy as you think.
Especially in the Virgin Islands.
Every place else, not just the Virgin Islands.
If you're just joining us, we have Mr. Glen Smith. He's the chairman of the Democratic Party of the U.S. Virgin Islands. He's here with us on the virtual live. Make sure you tell a friend. If you have any questions, you can post it on the Facebook Live. I will surely ask the question to Mr. Glen Smith. We have a teacher, one of my teachers, Miss Lorna Rogers. She's on the Facebook Live as well, and she want to thank you for all your contribution, especially for your service as the AFT president of the USVI. Ms. Rogers, she was my science teacher in Barter Seaboard Shelter School. That was back in the late 80s.
Awesome. Okay, pleasant good evening to her and her entire family.
Well, I think she is retired now, but she was a good one of the greats of teachers from the
Well,
school.
she taught you. She had to put up with you in the class. I'm sure you weren't easy back in the day.
She would tell you that too. She would say, Mr. Sales, oh my God. All right, so my next question to you, Mr. Smith, is we have a Biden-Harris administration. This is making history here in the United States. We have the first Black /Asian American
Caribbean, don't forget our Caribbean roots.
Okay, so Black /Asian /Caribbean female, African American, whatever you want to call her. We have a female in the White House. First time ever. That's big. That is big. That is big. And
That's awesome.
I talk to a lot of people and I tell them, I said, listen, y'all don't understand what's going on here. This here is going to be something big. She could be the next president of the United States. Not wishing no ill on President Biden. I'm just saying, if something happened to President Biden, she will be the next commander-in-chief. And that's big. We've seen Black faces in the White House. I told people in my show years ago that I would have never thought, Glenn, never thought to see or live to see a Black person as a president, not only a president, but a Black person in the White House. I would have never thought. I would have never thought to, that would have ever happened.
That day would come.
Right. So with Obama, President Obama making history, to me it was like anything is possible. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. So my next question to you is, could you see before you say, you know what, time is up for you in this place called Earth? Would Glen Smith could see a female governor of the Virgin Islands anytime soon?
There's no question that we have a number of qualified women in the Virgin Islands who can be president. Governor. Some people have been bandying about the current delegate name. The previous delegate, as you know, ran for governor. speaking about none other than Donna Christensen. And we have people like Dr. Lavon Roxter. I don't think she would run because I know her well, because she's my Rotarian sister, but no one could deny that she has the qualifications to be governor. At one time, Lauren Berry, may she rest in peace, name was also mentioned as becoming a gubernatorial candidate. Our current Senate President, Donna Fred Gregory, also name has been surfacing as a potential female to vie for the governorship of these islands. So make no mistake about it. The women are coming.
They're coming.
And the women are taking over. There was a time when women were regulated to lower positions in government. Those days are gone. Take a look at Stacey Abrams in Georgia.
In Georgia, yeah.
She is apparently the next governor of the state if she wants it.
Yeah, she wants
So
it. That's. I honestly think
if
that.
she wants it.
I think honestly that President Biden asked her before Kamala. That's what I think happened, and she told him, "You know what? I'm honored for the offer, but I think she wants Georgia. Georgia is personal because they robbed her. They robbed her for that gubernatorial election 2 years ago. They robbed her, and I think she's coming. That's why she went so hard and make sure that Georgia became blue, and that's the first time ever since 1992 that Georgia became blue in the presidential election. So she's going to win it. She's going to win it. I promise you, she's going to win it. She have did a tremendous job here in Georgia, and like I said, I see big things coming with females taking over in politics, man.
Let me share with you, our governor, the Honorable Albert Bryan, is making strides and attempts to have Stacey Abrams come to the Virgin Islands sometime this year.
Wow, that's big.
So she'll be our guest when she arrives.
Yes, that's big. That's going to be big. That is going to be big. Is it going to be something at the legislature, or is it going to be like a function or a private function?
The plans are being worked on right now. We're looking at the possibility of having a prayer breakfast. If the corona is still around, more than likely it will be a virtual prayer breakfast where individuals can call in from all over the country and all over the Virgin Islands. Wow. So it's going to be a historical event when it happens.
Yes,
and you will get an invitation.
What you said?
You will get an invitation.
Oh, most definitely. I appreciate that. If I do get an invitation, I'm definitely coming. No doubt. No doubt. No doubt. No doubt. So
oh yeah.
So Glenn, I okay, you're back. Okay, good. You're back. So Glenn, the Democrat, a lot of people we see what happened last week in the Capitol, which was very disrespectful. Very disrespectful. Very disrespectful. I mean, a lot of things I would thought of, but I would have never thought to see that the Capitol would have fallen like that. They basically showed weakness, made us, the United States of America, showed weakness as far as having domestic terrorists taking over our Constitution, our laws, the Capitol. My next question to you is, what's your thought about that? Like, as far as, do you see something like that happening in the Virgin Islands, where we have people that is pissed off or angry with the government, as far as with the WAPA situation, the GRS situation, with the education situation? Do you see something like that happening in the Virgin Islands?
My response is no, hell no. Not at that level. You talking about insurrection. You
tell
talking about sedition. You
you,
talking about gun violence. You
tell you.
talking about lives being lost. No, uh, we have engaged in some levels of protest, mild levels of civil disobedience, but we are peaceful people. We are loving people. We would never stoop to that level relative to our government. Okay, that would never happen. This is not to say that the people of the Virgin Islands don't need to agitate for changes in some critical areas facing this territory. You know for a fact that the gun violence among youth in our community is at an alarming level. And so that's the issue that we need to address. It would be nice if the people could rile up in unison, supporting one or two initiatives, because we do need some pressure to be put on our leaders, not only to take action, but sometimes to take actions in a more quicker, sustained manner. Because at the end of the day, the question is for whom the bell tolls. And the bell tolls for thee and for me. So you are my neighbor. If you are affected, I'm afflicted. Now, gone are the days when the people in the Virgin Islands are united at that level. Because, you know, there were days when we could leave our homes unlocked. The neighbor child could be disciplined without any anger or remorse by the individual who meted out the discipline. When we were growing up, if you did something wrong out in the street, you were punished, you were disciplined, and when you got home, you get a second dose. We moved from those days.
Right.
And so, to get back to your question, no, the people of the Virgin Islands, in my opinion, will never stoop to that. Again, you are talking about sedition, you're talking about the resurrection of the clan, you're talking about people who lost the Civil War more than 100 years ago, egged on by a racist president to take those actions that were taken. I want to make one more point about 45. I said this after a few months when he took office, that he was, in fact, a Russian mole. If you study this guy's administration, he always defended the Russians. Because you know why? He's owned by Putin. Putin financed all his businesses, the Russian oligarchies. You know, last election, they tried to steal the election. They actually stole the election and gave it to Trump. So he's a Russian mole. You can recall a few weeks ago, it was discovered that the Russians had in fact went into the US secrets by breaking some of the computer systems and took a lot of information out. And his own cabinet members said it was the Russians. He said, no, it wasn't the Russians. What does that tell you?
Wow.
So all of this civil disobedience that he's causing, he is a Russian
mole
in the United States to cause havoc and to cause dissension within our country.
Wow. Wow, that's deep. My last question, Glenn, is 852. My last question is, and this one here, if anyone tune in the beginning of the show, I was playing a Midnight Band song called Healing. And basically they was just talking about marijuana. My question to you, my last question to you tonight is, what is your take on the marijuana situation in the Virgin Islands? If you're for it, against it, is there anything that you would like to see change in the bill or brought up in the bill, or do you believe that the marijuana bill or the sales of cannabis could help fix our financial issues in the Virgin Islands
Are we talking about medicinal marijuana
and
or the
recreational.
byproducts
Me-
from
med-
marijuana?
medicinal and recreational.
Okay, well, for a long time, marijuana has been very controversial, not only here in the Virgin Islands, but throughout the United States. We believe that the time has come to legalize marijuana. Why? Because the can recall, you might be too young, but you remember there was a time that alcohol was illegal. And there was a movement, and then alcohol became legal. Because remember when alcohol was bootlegged,
You're breaking up. You're breaking up,
industry.
Glenn. You're breaking up, Glenn. You're breaking up. You're breaking up.
That's not my fault. I can't control it, but I'm saying is, I believe it's time for us to legalize marijuana, because the government in other jurisdictions are benefiting financially from this marijuana crop. It's here to stay, but there's some provisions in the statute that we must cover, because in other places, even though it's been legalized, there have been problems. So of course, here in the Virgin Islands, if you're going along that road, we have to make sure we study all of the facets of the piece of legislation before it's passed. And I believe the governor has taken the first step. Now it's up to the legislature to take the second step.
The problem that I have with that whole marijuana situation is they're dragging their feet. They're dragging their feet. I don't know too much about the whole, you know, the money part. If you understand what I'm saying, like how we could make it. I think the problem is that, okay, you go and sell marijuana, what if it's recreational and the medicine part, you can't put that money that you make from having marijuana sales in a federal bank. I think that's one of the issues. Another issue is, you know what I'm saying, the stuff that the wording, I should say, in the I guess the bill. Some of the stuff them have to clarify and a whole lot of stuff. But the fact still remains. Marijuana is, like you say, is here to stay. Everybody is doing it. When I say everybody, overseas, Africa, United States of America, the Caribbean, South America, everyone is doing marijuana. Everybody is joining in the marijuana business as well. A lot of these celebrities is investing their money. But my question
is, can marijuana become a cash crop for the Virgin Islands? And many of us believe it can, but it has to be studied properly. The legislation has to be drafted carefully. We want to make sure that the locals can get a piece of the action and not just outsiders come in and take over the industry.
Right.
So there's lots to do still, but I believe that the governor has fired the first shot. He's made the first step, and that ball is in the hands of the legislature and the people of the Virgin Islands, who undoubtedly, once this bill comes to the floor, there will be public hearings so that individuals can come and testify on the pros and the cons. Because, you know, in almost anything, there's a good, the bad, and the ugly. So we have to move forward carefully. But we must be moving forward. We can't be left behind.
Understood. And I think that's the problem. We're dragging our feet, man. We're dragging our feet. We have ways and means that we could get this thing done. We could actually get this thing done. We could start seeing some kind of the light in the Virgin Islands. We have too much, you know, GRS situation, the WAPA situation. I think marijuana could help fix a lot of that. You know what I'm saying, when it comes to the money part. But like I said,
many citizens feel the same way you feel, Russ, but it's a difficult process. Hopefully, this legislature will grapple with that issue. Our party has not taken a formal position. So when you hear the state chair express that I'm in support, that's my personal view. Our party has yet to take an official stance, but we will.
I like to hear that. I appreciate that. I see that Mr. Bennett, Randall Bennett, and Mr. Ivan Williams, they are doing a great job in the St. Thomas district, where they had. I saw a video a couple days ago where they kind of developed the Democratic headquarters, where they put new furniture, and they're also offering some seminars, some seminars where you could go up there and learn how to do stocks, learn how to balance a checkbook, stuff that they're giving back to the community. I want to commend them guys for doing a great job and believing in the Democratic Party. What's your take? What else that y'all have planned? Like I said, for the Democratic Party this year.
Well, one of the things that we want to do at the state level is to put our party's platform in our two major newspapers. That should be done in about the next 2 weeks. We are also going to be having a meeting with the governor, the leadership of the legislature, and the leadership of our party to sit down together in one room and to charter a course for all three parties to develop a strategy and a platform for moving these islands forward. We believe that when these three entities work together, great things can happen and we can move forward quicker on some of the issues that are facing our beloved territory. We are reconstituting our district on St. John, because for a long time we didn't have an active district, but Clarence Stevenson, he's the newly designated district chair. On St. Croix, we have Miss McAlpin. She's the district chair for St. Croix. She does a lot of work on St. Croix with the community. So we are moving forward by not just talking, but interacting with the people, with the populace. On Monday, the state will be hosting a tribute to Dr. King on WSTA from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. We have some ministers on. We have a speech by Dr. King, a sermon that he gave. And so we believe it's going to be a very interesting program. Monday is also a day of service nationally, where people from all walks of life will get together and give back to the community. It could be one individual, it could be a group, perhaps give out some safety equipment for the virus, share a meal. If you have a neighbor next to you who might be shut in, go over, give him a plate of food, knock on the door and ask how they're doing. So it's a day of service, giving back to the community.
And that's on Monday, this Monday.
That's right, this Monday.
MLK Day.
That is correct. As you know, Martin Luther King gave his life because he was in Nashville, Tennessee, when he went there to support the garbage workers who were on strike. And at the Lorraine Motel, him and Dr. King rather, and his lieutenants, Jesse Jackson being one of them, was standing on the porch when he was assassinated in Memphis, Tennessee. So we remember him well for his love for the people, love for the country, and love for humanity.
Most definitely, most definitely. I growing up, I used to make sure on MLK, I used to take that day off. Whatever job I had, I just used to take that time off. Just growing up, because I felt like that's the only African American holiday in the United States. So I was like, here it is. We celebrating Christopher Columbus, who never did nothing for our community, but here it is. They're taking it hard to pass a bill to make Martin Luther King birthday a holiday, a national holiday. But in any event, I mean, times have changed. But just growing up now that he's getting his, you know, his flowers now, even though he have passed away years ago, you know, that was just me growing up, just giving back. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, I'm gonna just take the day off and probably do something positive on that day. But anyway, Mr. Glenn Smith, man, it's 9:03, man. Thank you. Thank you for coming on the show, man. I really appreciate it, man. I know we had more time, we could have chopped it up some more, but anytime you want to come on the JMO Talk Show, man, is always an honor, man. Feel free. And come back, let us know what the Democrats in the Virgin Islands, you know, give us a 90-day, 90 days or 60 days.
100 days assessment.
That's what I'm saying. 100
100
days,
days
you know, if anything has changed, you know, what's the 411, what's the Democrats is up to lately. You're welcome anytime. You would like to say anything, address anything to the Facebook Live, anyone on Facebook Live or all the listeners on the JMO Talk Show?
We truly appreciate your invitation, and we will be very happy to come back at your beck and call.
Most definitely, most definitely. And,
Thank you, my brother.
Mr. Glenn Smith, thank you again, man, and all the best to the Democratic Party of the U.S. Virgin Islands, man. Hopefully, we could get some things done and move forward. All right.
We will. Thank you so much.
No problem. Take care.
Bye bye.
All right. That was Mr. Glenn Smith. He's the chairman. He's the chairman of the Democratic Party of the U.S. Virgin Islands. So he's over St. Thomas, St. Croix, and St. John. He mentioned my classmate. He's the new district chair of St. John, Clarence Stevenson. That's my classmate, class of 1993, Dorican. Clarence, you're doing big things, man. Congratulations to you, man. Anyway, man, again, Monday is a national holiday, MLK holiday. Make sure you do something positive on that day. Don't use it as a day, as a holiday where you could go to the beach and relax. You know, do something, give back, pay it forward, or you don't even have to wait on Monday. But I'm just saying that, you know, just do something positive on MLK Day. Whatever, you know, I don't know, probably help someone in your community, give back some. I know a lot of people are struggling here in the United States. You could help them out with groceries, clothing, you name it. You know, do something positive on MLK Day. All right. Shout out to everybody on Facebook Live. Miss Claudina, thank you for tuning in. KJ Jackson, thank you for tuning in. 340 man, thank you for tuning in. My teacher, my former teacher, Ms. Lorna Rogers, thank you for tuning in. Special good night to you. Mr. Tadman, Joel Tadman, what's going on? All the way from the DMV. Stacy Rose, special good night to you. Thank you for tuning in. Selena, CC Duzzy, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you, man. Mr. Rashawn Butch McBean, thank you for tuning in. Sparkle Lewis, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. Also, Efat Walker, thank you for tuning in. Mr. Run Gums, Captain Ren, pick up yourself. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure y'all share the live, we're going to close out this segment in a few minutes. But before we go, again, on Tuesday is going to be the swearing in for the Biden-Harris administration. Let's keep them in our prayers. Hopefully everything goes well. This is history in the making. We have our first time African-American / Asian female, Caribbean female in the White House. Vice President Kamala Harris, she have ties to the Jamaican country. Her father's Jamaican, so we want to wish her all the best, man, doing big things. Also, all the best again to the 34th legislature in the Virgin Islands. Wish them well. Hope all is well. Hope all the politics could put aside and deal. Let's deal for the people. That's what you're getting paid for. All right. Don't forget, next week we're gonna be right back here next week, Friday, each and every Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got a great show, great lineup this year in store for y'all. This is our seventh year in the making, and I thank y'all for tuning in each and every Friday night, man. Which really, really appreciate y'all, man. Anyway, before we go, Let me say this here, and this ain't have nothing to do with Virgin Island politics. This is just something that just been on my chest for a long time. Um, Black people, we got to do better. We got to do better. We got to do better. Um, Lately, been supporting a lot of these fast food restaurants and the customer service. The service is terrible. It's terrible. And when you look behind the counter, is nothing but Black people. I've been hearing stories in the Caribbean as well, but I'm talking about here in the United States. I think now fast food, um, the wages is moving up. It's no longer $5, $7, $8, $9. You're talking about $12 to $15 an hour. That's good money for somebody that just have basically working at a fast food. That's good. That's great. But we need to do better. You know what I'm saying? Last 3 times I've been to IHOP, Wendy's, and McDonald's. Service was terrible. I know a lot of people might say, Russell, probably you need to stop eating fast food. And it's true. But I mean, sometimes you don't feel like doing anything. You might want to grab something quick, but the food is horrible. The service is horrible. Black people, we need to do better. You know what I'm saying? Treat a fast food job like a, a commercial job, or you working in a VIP office or government office or something. It doesn't matter. People feel like fast food jobs is like the scum of the earth. I mean, people really do make good money working at the fast food restaurants. You know what I'm saying? But we have to do better, man. We have to do better. People coming to work smelling like weed. You got girls having conversations while they're supposed to be serving you. You got people on their phone. Oh my God, that's the worst. If you come into work, put your phone down. And I think that's the biggest problem with social media. Social media gonna be the death to a lot of us, man. If you're in a place of business where you have to be on your feet or using your hands or talking to someone, stay off your phone, man. Stay off your smartphone. Stay off those phones, man. Ain't no reason why you should be sending a text or doing a snap while you collect your money at a counter. You know what I'm saying? That is horrible. That is bad. We got to do better, man. We got to do better. I mean, today was the last. I say, you know what? I need to ease off from these fast food restaurants. It's horrible, horrible service. Last night, IHOP, I mean, it was the worst. This cat was outside smoking weed. The chef, the dude that cooked, he outside in the back smoking weed with his buddies. And that's what I'm saying. You at work, why you having your buddies coming up to your job while you working? Come in now. I'm ordering to go, and thank God it ain't had a lot of people in there. The place smelled like weed. The place smelled like weed. He out there burning weed, coming in to cook your food, got the whole place smelling like weed. It couldn't be the 2 ladies that was on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Come on. We got to do better, Black people. You know what I'm saying? And then we always wonder why the white people, you know what I'm saying, look at us differently or treat us differently. And I'm saying, like, you know what? I could have sent an email to corporate, or I could have put a blast on social media, and I say, you know what? Ain't worth it, man. But I'm just saying, we got to do better. If you're a manager at some of these fast food chains, start having some kind of meeting or training, go over training. You know what I'm saying? Have these employees stay off your phone. Stay off your phone. Stay off your phone. You should not be on your phone texting and then you bagging up people's food. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. It's terrible. We got to do better, Black people. We got to do better. I'm just saying. Anyway, man, thank y'all for tuning in, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Again, if you missed the show, let's go back. You always go back when the show is over. Go back and listen in. We had a great show tonight. Glen Smith He was the chair. He is the Democratic chair of the U.S. Virgin Islands. He was on the air with us tonight, just kind of clarifying some stuff that is going on in the Virgin Islands. Hopefully, we could get it together and get things passed, get things done in the Virgin Islands. Thank you all again for tuning in. Again, appreciate y'all, man. Peace and hair grease. Continue to support the JMO Talk Show with yours truly, Russ Sills. Also continue to support yours truly, Captain Ren, Soca Saturdays on Yemen Radio. All right, we out. Peace and hair grease. We out.